want to, okay. If you want to. Oh, we're live.
Okay, we're live.
Here.
Hold on, let's build an audience real quick.
We're so nyet.
Lugi.
We're nyet. Hi. We're nyet.
Hi, Carlo. Okay.
We're nyet.
Okay, we have Canada.
Hi, Carlo. Hello. We have 11 viewers already. Ako dyan nag...
Alright, akong silent so I can see the...
Hi, Doms.
Hi, everyone.
Would you like Jovi to help? Kaya para mo anak si Joves if like kung ngit ba talaga or not. It's really dark, Jovi.
No?
It's really dark.
Sige lang. Okay, so this is like the
Mura akong ita!
Bito, no. Nagkangit-ngit lagi siya. Bakit
Oh my
ganyan?
gosh. What do we do?
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. We'll try to fix this for you guys.
Saan mo na siya, huh? Hold on. Let's...
Yeah.
Oh, we have a flashlight. Okay. No, take flashlights, kids. What's up? Oh, this one.
I tried that kanina.
What's up, Mariana? Ching. Okay, or push, no?
Yeah, I think this will help na din.
No.
Here. Did it help?
Ganyan talaga
Yes.
pag live.
Did it help?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there.
Yeah.
Where can I put this here?
Yeah, you can put that there. We're really di ay. Here, I guess, no? Here. That na mapang pagid siya. There. Should be a little better.
I think you have to touch the iPhone ka para
Oh, you know what?
yeah,
I think
diba?
nani siya flash mismo
I
ang
think-
live, right?
Well, that works a video.
We're still trying to figure out the lights, guys. So please stay with us.
We're name brightness.
But I'm not sure kung sa feed na siya mo bright or sa imo lang phone.
Maday. Effects na lang.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see.
There. Ni bright siya.
Oh, I don't know.
Ni bright now or asa ko ang phone.
I'm waiting for it to take effect.
Ni bright siya sa akong pananaw.
Ah, yes!
There you go.
Yes.
It worked.
I think it is better. Yes, let's
Okay, so how many people do we have on? Okay.
We already have 13
We
people's
have-
watching.
yeah.
13 people's
13
watching
people.
us.
Alright. So hi everyone. Thank you guys for watching my second episode of Isa Talks. And today I have the wonderful Kiddy Radahe on the show.
Yay!
Most commonly known as
Just Kidding!
The unofficial BPO
Idol!
Kids, first question. Who's
Wait.
gonna make you the official? Who's
I'm-
in charge of making you the official BPO?
Please make me official, guys, who's watching us right now. I'm currently the unofficial BPO Idol, but please make me the official one.
I think if they share this video enough,
I hope they would, and I'm sure they would.
I'm sure they would. We
Yes.
already have a lot of, people are telling me that we need to invest in better lighting.
Please always watch Isa Talks.
This is actually my first time to have a guest on Isa Talks. As you know, this is my second episode. If you haven't seen the first one, if you haven't heard it yet, then you can go on isaplease.com and check out that episode. But today is the first time I'm having someone over for the talk, and I'm so happy that it's Kitty.
Hi, thank
So,
you.
this
Thank you so much. Or should I like go out muna?
No, it's okay. You can come back. So just to give everyone a little idea of who Kitty is, if you haven't heard or seen of him before, Kitty is actually very popular on Facebook and in the online world for his viral videos that are mostly centered around
The BPO industry.
BPO industry. So a fun story, and this is something that I've been practicing because I wanted to give you a really cool introduction, and I've actually
English.
So, anyways, I've actually known of Kiddy for I think 2 years already, but I've known you for around a year and a half. So, a year and a half? No, we've been friends. I think for a
We've
year.
been friends for more than
more
a year already.
for more than a year. But
when,
I've
when
known,
was the last time? When was the first time that we met? you know,
I met you
also the
during
caravan.
Yeah. So this is the story. I've always known of Kiddy because I was always such a big fan. I fell in love with his videos from the first time I saw it. If you haven't seen them, you should go watch them.
Yes.
They're really funny. They're really shareable content. And so I don't really fangirl a lot. But the first time I met Kiddy at a caravan.
Let me drink my fake tea.
Your fake tea. The first time I met Kiddy was at a caravan for a network that we're both under now.
ABS-CBN.
Yeah, we're both under ABS-CBN. And the first time I saw Kiddy, I walked out of my audition. My interview actually wasn't an audition, it was an interview. So I came out of the room and the first person I saw was Kiddy and Lloyd Cadena.
Yes.
Lloyd Cadena was there. I didn't know of him or about him at the time, but I knew who Kiddy was. And I fangirled. And mind you, kids, I never fangirl. Even if it's like an artista, we were at ABS-CBN, I'm just like, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. But when I saw Kiddy, the first thing I thought was, oh my god, it's just kidding. And the funny thing is, I'm so socially awkward sometimes. I came up to Kiddy, I'm like, hi, I'm watching your video.
Here's my calling card. I remember that the caravan for ABS-CBN, for those who didn't know about that, they call it the Capamilia caravan. We're in the Capamilia. The Capamilia caravan. The Capamilia caravan is because all the shows in ABS-CBN will hold like a mass audition for all the shows they have, like Tawag ng Tanghalan or whatnot. I forgot the other shows.
I don't even know the shows.
Yes. And then the multi-channel network for ABS-CBN, Chicken Pork Adobo then, which is Adobo Studio now, also held its own edition for all the social media content creators. And yes, that was the first time we met, and I believe that was more than 2 years ago.
I think that was more than 2 years ago.
That was more than 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was quite a long time ago.
Yes, and then it was we felt down at that time because social content creators were unheard of. Yeah. Except for bloggers like you guys. So nobody actually went to audition, or everybody went there to audition thinking that they would be a Star Cinema.
Yeah, I honestly thought that I was gonna be on TV or
because
PBB
people
or
were
something.
thinking it was for PBB or for you to become an artista. It was just it wasn't really like they knew that you were going to be YouTube or something.
We didn't really know what it was about because like YouTube and like social media is still very kind of new.
It was new then.
Even until now, like 2 years after, it is kind of blowing up, but
not
as much. But you were already very famous.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to other countries like US or
anywhere else,
anywhere else, it's like if you want to be sikat, go to YouTube or whatever, but it's not something that we really do.
It's still something that's really growing. So I think now people will notice that there is a sudden rise of social content creators. I think that's what we call ourselves, content creators.
We would like to.
We would like to believe.
We do.
But anyway, so the first time I met Kiddy, I was so starstruck. Stupid me. Instead of just being cool, I gave him my calling card. So I'm like, here, take my calling card. I gave it the Japanese way back. And here, take my calling card. I was offering myself to Kiddy. I was like, Kiddy, be my friend. And I was so sad because I gave my calling card from him, expecting that he would call me up and want to hang out. But I never heard from Kiddy ever.
Because it was so weird when I saw your calling card. It's like Isa Perez, and it was like I think you designer or something for your t-shirt company or something. Like, oh, she's a designer. So what do you design? I was like, oh, you design pala. I was like, yes, for t-shirts. I'm like, so what are you here for? Just no, like ABS-CBN called me up or something because they wanted to transition your blogs into YouTube as well. Yeah. So that was our first.
So I was really sad about that. Actually, like after I met you, like the second time, I'm like, this bitch never called me. I was like, I was expecting. I wanted to be blood sisters.
But
so how come you never called me?
Because it was weird. Because I was also starting then. I was also still starting then, and I see that Isa is actually a designer. When I saw her,
designer of t-shirts.
Biglang ganun. Tapos when I also checked her blog, sabi ko, ay, she has a lot of followers compared to me.
But I really wanted to be your friend.
But we are friends now.
2 years later.
Yeah, 2 years later.
2 years later, it's not so weird anymore.
We are now kapamilya.
And it's really fun because I actually spent a week with Kiddy and our other Adobe friends in Manila. And we were
Now here we are.
We were roommates.
We were
Roommates. So I think that sealed our friendship. So that means you can't unfriend me ever in
No,
life.
we can't because daghan na kayo may gilibak. We
We've
cannot
talked
be
about
friends.
We've talked about everyone. So, I actually have some notes here.
Yes.
I was talking about what I kind of listed down the things that I wanted to talk to you about. And, well, one of the things I want to know is about your showbiz life. About how you became viral. So if you check Kitty's profile, if
Yes,
you go
please.
on just JUZKDING, do you want to tell people why it's called Just Kidding? Why
Yes.
are you KD?
Yeah, you know what? This is so weird because I have a friend now there. Hi, Joss. And they will tell you that I'm only funny, that I'm only friendly to the people that I know.
Mm.
Yes. The people behind Just Kidding were my friends. It was not me. It was not me who said, "Yeah, let's go create a Facebook fan page. Let's do this." Like, because I would like to believe that I am funny and friendly to my friends. But you know that you know I am an extrovert and introvert at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, only to the people that I know. That was why sabi nila, you're always funny. You always make me laugh.
Yeah.
You're so buang bayot. Ano, gani. So they said, let's create a fan page for you. And I was like, no, I can't do this. And then Miss D or Dana and her husband were the few people who really pushed me until now. My goodness, who really believed in me. That's why they created the Just Kidding fan
So
page.
they made it for you.
They made it for me, and then they said, what's going to be the name of your
Yeah.
brand? And it's like kiddie, ganyan. So you always kid a lot because you're a
okay.
kiddie.
So it's
So,
like just
just
kidding.
kidding.
Okay,
Or
that's really interesting.
That's why they did the Just Kidding. That's the story behind, and it's actually my friends who pushed me to create a fan page. I mean, Just Kidding has been around for
How long?
since 2011.
2011. Wow, that's
But the
That's
contents
good.
were very different from what it is now.
Actually, mga 2010.
2010,
2010, wow.
2011. Because
that's a long time.
yeah, because they tried to package me as a vlogger.
Okay.
Like I visit this. What was that? Echo. The now Echo
now,
Park.
yeah, Echo
Danasan Park.
Yeah.
Then it really did not work for me.
Oh.
I wasn't the bubbly, wholesome. Hi, please visit Echo Danasan something Park something. Hey. And then come 2014.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We have our nude cameraman.
Yeah, we
diba?
have a nude cameraman. Thank you.
So come 2014, I posted a video about immortals. I call the people behind the BPO industry immortals because kasagsagan yun ng Yolanda. I mean, if you remember Yolanda, the typhoon.
Yeah, Yolanda was like a pretty bad typhoon
Yes.
back 2014, was it?
Right.
Yeah.
But the people weren't allowed to go home.
You're the people who are working at your BPO
Yes, we're not.
company.
Yeah, and I'm not blaming the management. It's because there was no official statement from the government saying that hoy magsiuwian na kayo because
okay.
yeah you'll get your
So you guys were basically stranded.
we were
inside
still
the
there
building.
in the office.
Oh my
we were still in the
goodness.
office taking calls but Yolanda has not landed yet. Like
Okay.
wala pa. So I created a video hoping that people would like see us as how we are in the office,
Oh,
even though
okay.
there's a typhoon outside. So yun, and then that was like the video. Please look for it and Just Kidding.
Yeah, I think I saw that one.
Yeah, that was
Wasn't
the-
there like a song in the background or
that
something?
was there was the who sung that? Who sung that? The Iggy Azalea song. What was it?
Fancy?
Fancy, yes.
Oh, okay.
That was my first.
So that was your first one. That was
The
your
BPO
first
content for
video.
Just Kidding, and then it took out from there.
So who started sharing that video? Did you have someone? Did you ask people to share it?
You
Did
know
they-
what? That's so weird because once you go viral, you get surprised na lang that people are actually talking about you na.
Uh-huh.
You're the last person to know.
So were you on your phone and the next thing you know, oh my god, it got shared. How many times did that video get shared?
Let's go check, but I don't want to check yet because I'm watching
people
just get it. But I'm not sure, but it reached more than like 1,000, and I was like, huh? I wasn't even trying to make people laugh then. I just wanted people to know that, hey,
we're stuck in this building. Like, we're stuck. Everyone's at home.
And then it was relatable pala for people who watched it. So yeah, it started from there.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
How many years have you been? How many years have you been in the BPO industry?
Since 2008.
2008.
But I'm no longer with the BPO industry, huh?
He's already like pretty up there. Hindi ka na ma-reach,
I'm a custodian right now.
So kids, after you started making that first video,
but we still do calls naman.
So you started making those videos right after the first one, and then it just kept picking up and picking up and picking up, and then you started getting noticed by ABS-CBN.
Yes, and then I thought it was a mudos because come on, like
how often does ABS-CBN
the network
contact
you like, hey, we want you to come and join us for the multi-channel network that we're building, and then the name of the MCN is Chicken Pork Adobo. I mean, come on. Chicken Pork Adobo, what was that about? So it took me like 2 weeks before I said hi, hello, parang ganon. I really did not like.
You didn't expect, you didn't expect that was real.
And good thing is that I also have a friend who works in ABS-CBN, so I tried to call. I know, not that I did not try. I called him and asked, "Hey, do you know about Chicken Pork Adobo?" And even they said, "No, we do not know about Chicken Pork Adobo." It just proved that that's how big ABS-CBN is.
ABS-CBN is pretty big, and like sometimes
different departments that they don't even know each other.
Yeah, that's true. Because
so I was like,
even when we were there,
this is like a fishing site or something.
Yeah. So you didn't think they were real until
I did not. Until they sent me the kit, the PowerPoint.
Okay.
So this is pretty legit.
So it's legit.
Yes.
So you decided to go, and then once you met up with them, they decided to feature you on
Rated K.
Yes. So Kitty is pretty famous. He's been on Rated K. I've only been on on Kitty's Facebook Live. That made me famous. Where you asked me to sing.
I will be asking her to sing again.
No. But so Kitty is pretty famous. Let me tell you guys a story. One time we were in Manila. Like I said earlier, we were in Manila for at least a week. And we were walking down because Kitty and I really wanted to get some Subway sandwiches because we don't have. Subway. Yeah, we have to get them on in Cebu, or you have to sponsor us.
But they're not in Cebu.
So we were on our way to. Yeah, they used to be. But so, anyways, me and Kitty were walking down the street. We had another friend with us, and we're walking. Right, we're just minding our own business, and then while walking, a bunch of people passed by, and then one girl shouts, "Oh my God, si Kitty! And this girl was freaking the hell out. I'm like, what the fuck? In my head, I was like, is she calling my name? I wish it was me, but it was you. And I was so happy for you. And I was just wondering, how did you feel when someone recognizes you?
You know what? That was so weird because when you're in Cebu, and you can attest to this fact.
Yeah.
Jobs can attest to this. Jobs, our naked cameraman. People don't mind who you are here in Cebu.
They don't recognize you.
We are, as Cebuanos, we are notoriously known as celebrity snobs.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
don't care who you are. I mean, I only hear that I would know that they know me from Just Kidding is when they walk, and then after a few minutes they say, it's Just Kidding though. But that's already a minute away from
nobody
me.
Actually
nobody just nobody just fangirls at you like that, like how they did in Manila.
Yeah.
It's very different. That's why I was like, is this for real? Because that was the first time, really.
That was the first time?
That was the first time, honestly, really,
goodness.
that a group of people, we were in Araneta.
Yeah.
Oh, Araneta. We're in Araneta when they said, that's Just Kidding. You're Just Kidding, right?
Yeah. No, actually, that's not the first time. The first time was when we were at Taco Bell.
Oh, and Taco
And then a
Bell,
family,
yes.
we were having dinner, and
Yes,
then a
yes.
family came up to you and said, "Excuse me, ikaw ba si Just
kidding.
Kidding?"
Yeah.
And we're like in the middle of our meal, we're like mid-nuak, good bang, we're nag-umpata, and then someone's like, "Oh yeah, okay, sorry, can I have my picture taken with you?"
Yes.
So you actually got recognized like a couple, like a lot of times
That's
in
why I
Manila.
love my Manila fans. Should I?
I don't have fans in Manila. But how,
No, that was
how
your-
did it feel, kids?
You feel validated.
I love that term.
Diba? You feel
Validated.
validated. You just see the number. I mean, you know
You
have
know
your
how many
followers,
people look at
but
you.
those are just numbers. It's just that baka wala lang silang ginawa kaya finalo ka nila or like, diba? Like
Yeah.
there's this psychology kasi I don't know if you believe in this, that when you see like a content creator with many followers already, parang napapa-follow ka na rin because you know.
Yeah, like, oh, there's a lot of people following
So why don't I
this
follow
chick. Yeah,
him
I'll just
na
follow
rin?
her back. Yeah.
But in our case, here in Cebu, I'm not saying personally just to be clear about it. Personally, because I've seen din naman mga Cebuano content creators na people are really fangirling over.
Yeah.
Like, medyo maldito.
Yeah, he's pretty
like,
awesome. Yeah.
Diba? And it's just numbers for us. We don't feel that we really have that many of a
Yeah.
follower because when you walk naman kasi sa mall, you don't get that kind of attention that I had when we were in Manila.
Yeah, that's true. Because that was like, I've never seen anything like that before. We were just walking and like, you were even complaining because you weren't wearing makeup or
Yes!
something. Like,
we just
were
went down because we
we
wanted
were
to
so
eat.
hungry. We were just like, I don't even care what I look like. I'm just hungry. So, Isa, come on, mamalitag
Right, mamalitag
pagkaon.
Subway.
So we just went down and then suddenly
You,
we
me,
were
and
walking.
Carlo Olano.
Yeah, and we were just walking and then suddenly we're like, oh, like there's a bunch of people like hovering over you and you're just, and they're like, they wanted to take your picture and the
Right.
vendor was even screaming, artista
And you
to,
don't-
pinapanood ko yung videos mo.
And
I
you
was,
don't
like,
know how
so
to
happy for
react
you.
because that was like the first time that happened to me. It was parang, oh my gosh. Parang, so yeah, going back to your question, yes, I feel validated now. Oh, I must have done something right
That's pretty.
for people to, you know.
That's really nice.
Yes.
So kids, I know that you said na kitang mga Cebuano are very snobbish.
Shout out to Pancho and your dad.
My dad.
Is this your dad? I'm sorry.
No. Hi to everyone who is watching. My pop, I don't know who's
Yes.
watching.
Say hello naman.
Hi, I want to say
hello to
hi.
everyone who's
Yeah.
watching right now.
Actually, I want to say hi to Neil Kisumbing. Thank you so much for watching. I know you've been a big you've been a big supporter of the show. And actually, it's because of him that I was able to go to Central with my friends last Wednesday. I got blackout drunk. So,
Neil Kasumbing, please make me your friend as well. I want to be your friend.
we want to get drunk at Central again. But we were there. We had like such a fun time. So thank you so much to everyone else.
Pancho, the head writer for Unspoken Rules,
Yes.
is watching us right now. Hello, Pancho.
Oh, I accidentally locked my phone. But anyway, say hi to everyone who's watching. I'm gonna. Oh, actually, my papa is watching. So, Huy, you both, Manila and I are waiting for you. Jinx on. Hey, my
There's
papa.
nothing. See, I told you your
My papa
your
is
your
watching.
father is watching.
Sorry, I didn't know that. But okay, so anyways, we were talking about how you got recognized
Right.
in Manila. I know that you said earlier, and I can also attest to this, that Cebuano viewers or followers or whatever you want to call them, they don't really come up to you and recognize you
No, they
as
don't.
much as
Yes.
like they would in Manila.
Yes.
So I have like a little spicy question.
Ah!
Medyo intriga.
Sige.
What is the weirdest encounter you had with someone who you know recognized you, but was like, you know, what's the weirdest encounter you've had? Ilabas mo!
Because I can't because he really does follow me talaga. So I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay. So
I
the
can't.
second,
The second.
if it's not the weirdest one, wait, did this person stalk you? I'm guessing.
No, not naman a stalker, but
Kung sa man, did he
it was
like
a-
pass by you and like smell your pinaana or?
I'll just
You'll tell me later.
yeah, later.
Okay, so if it's not,
I can't because I cannot afford to lose a follower.
I know, actually, we don't say this a lot, but we actually really care about our
Yeah, we
followers.
do.
It's because of you guys, and I say this all the time. It's because of you guys we get to keep doing what it is that we love
You
to
know what,
do.
right?
Yeah, I mean, like, if I didn't have 17 people
Watching us. Thank you so much.
we wouldn't be here tonight. If I didn't get like a bunch of, like not a bunch, but if I didn't get that substantial amount of views the first time, I wouldn't have Kitty on my second episode and for more episodes to come, right?
Right.
But so what is like another experience that you're sort of willing to share with us about someone that you know knew you, but just
here. It's not something weird or anything like that, but I just want to correct naman because this is like a general opinion of people that when they see you on TV, that when they see you getting printed in the news,
yeah,
because before Rated K, I was writing the news. I get like half page. Oh, thank you so much for it. Yeah. So they really expect you that you get paid a lot.
Yeah,
we don't.
So na siyang panglibre
right. A lot of people were asking, di ka nakagkwarta, please ka nang
librihin sa bidira. Oy, pa-burger ka naman dyan.
Pa-burger or something like that. We really don't earn that much, people. We don't earn at all sometimes.
Actually, yeah, that is true. A lot of it is just us doing what we love, diba? So
friend ako ni Neil. Oh, best friend ko na si Neil. And no, Pancho, it's not about a proposition. I'll make chika to you later.
Ah, okay. So, I know that you made so many videos. Do you know how many videos you've made so far? Probably like around 100?
Less than 50.
Less than 50 videos, kids. That's really good, and you've made it so far. So that's really cool. So of all the 50 videos that you've made, which one is your favorite one?
My favorite was with when I did a spoof for the Aldab McDonald commercial. That was my favorite because I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because when the commercial, remember the commercial was with the Tagalog song, the very famous one, ano man ang sabihin mo.
No.
Ikaw pa rin ang... No, what was the song? I forgot.
So they have a song. I haven't
They had
heard
a
this
song. They had a song, and then I tried to spoof it. Ikaw lang ang aking mahal. That video for the Chicken Ala King.
I haven't heard that video. I haven't heard that song.
I created a spoof for that video, and then surprisingly, my God, before an hour, it was like 100K. 1K shares already.
Wow. Do you ever get do you read the comments?
I do.
So what kind of what's the percentage? Is it mostly good or is it bad or is it what is it? How what are the comments and how do you feel about them?
I'm just very thankful that the people who are following me are really just there for good vibes. I have this feeling that if your content is really just to make people happy, then you get happy comments. But when I was just the Pastillas girl as well, yeah. Thank you, my our naked cameraman. We have a naked cameraman.
Hi.
The Pastillas
it's actually very
did,
sexy.
Yes. Yeah, because if you create content with negative, with black humor, pwede ba yun?
Yeah, I guess dark humor.
Dark humor or something. Yeah. You would also invite people who would comment negative things about it.
Girl, I know what you're talking about. My video went viral and everyone hated on it.
Oh yeah, the sinulog video that you had.
But you know what? I was fine with that one because it was really more of an eye opener for me. So I was really tempted to tell I promised myself I wouldn't say anything bad. But then I kind of honestly, no offense, I got a lot of followers for that. But my intentions of posting that video wasn't really to have it go viral.
But the thing is, when I saw the comments, because aside from the video, mas nakakatuwa naman talagang basahin yung mga negative comments and then the people who are commenting on that video. A lot of people were actually defending you.
Yeah, that's true. So I have my own story, my own version, but I don't.
A lot of people were actually defending. Now, if you don't know about the video, this was when Isa's family was driving during the sinulog.
It wasn't my family; it's just Paulo, who is also family, but he was driving.
But you told us you were with your family.
No, it says on the description. It says me and my boyfriend and a friend. We were hungry. Right. I was hungry.
But there was that was the sinulog, and then streets were being closed.
Yeah.
But when they decided to use their car, it was already announced that street was already open for the vehicles to pass by. But there were a lot of street parties going on, so they had no choice but to pass through the road and then.
We didn't even honk. So
you did not honk.
We didn't honk. You can see the video. So the rules were. street parties or the fluvial ends at 3 o'clock, and then roads are open by 5. We left around 7:30 to 8. And then we were just really hungry, and we knew that there was going to be traffic. So we're like, okay, whatever. This is the price you have to pay for going out.
Because you know it's Sinulog.
We knew it was Sinulog, and we knew it was traffic. Like, we're not dumb.
But you know as well that the road, as per Mayor Thomas Osmeña, that was already open from 7 p.m. 5 p.m. even.
We left at 7:30. So the roads are open, and well, we didn't mind the traffic. Like, we knew there was traffic. The thing that we minded, like, honestly, for me, it was people, like, banging on the door. Because it was a tiny road. It was a tiny ass road.
if you have to bang a car, why not me?
Yeah, why not that kiddie? I like your humor.
But it was it. Like, again, going back to our question, of course, you also, Helen and Doms, Papa Doms, please come back to Cebu.
I know, they said that they'll be back soon. So we might have Helen on flick if she says yes.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
and Papa Doms.
Yes, and Papa Doms also. I don't think I met him yet, but...
You haven't met Papa Doms? You have.
I think I met him, but I think I was too starstruck talking to Helen.
I love Helen.
I know, we all love Helen.
Yeah. I also remember the first time that my video went viral. I was also a victim of a mistaken identity because there was a YouTube personality who's also an adober, by the way.
Okay.
Si Tita, si Ate Charon.
Oh, okay.
Ate Charon,
yeah.
who was still chubby back then.
Okay.
And then who went notoriously viral because he would call, like, for example, MCWD.
Yeah.
Like the water company, and then I would ask them, I know that was not MCWD. But I remember one of the jokes like, paki-check mo nga kung tumatakbo pa yung metro ng tubig ninyo. Tapos like the other caller would say, yes, tumatakbo pa. Bakit habulin mo?
Yeah.
And then people thought that I was Ate Charon. Because I have like small eyes.
Yeah.
I
kind of see the resemblance. I see it a little
so,
bit.
People were like bashing me. Bakit ko daw ginagawa? Yun, it was like, for my friends were like helping me deflect those bashers because they really thought that it was
just a classic case of misidentity.
But by the way, Ate Charon already apologized for that. Already moved on, and still an adober.
He still makes really good content.
Following.
Yeah, he has a huge following. He's really good. I mean, whatever works, diba? That was just.
But that was from my history of doing Just Kidding. That was like one of those times na, oh my God, I'm getting bashed for something that I did not do.
That's true.
Yes.
But kids, I know this isn't your first time to get mistaken as someone because I know that there was another time people mistook you for someone else. Ooh. And this was when you posted a picture or a video of someone who went on Showtime singing. It was
and we are friends. I've met her in person. Si Chinchin of Villanosa.
Is she Cebuana?
She is Cebuana.
Oh my gosh.
She's Cebuana, yes.
Okay.
A lot of people ask me if I went to Tawag ng Tanghalan to sing, I want to dance. If only I had that voice, my God, I would have quit my job.
I saw that video. I'm like, oh my gosh. So another person who's...
But enough of my bashers. What about your bashers, Isa?
Everybody loves me. I wish. No, that's okay. I don't care about that.
Even si Koan?
Yeah, even si Koan. We do not speak of the devil. That's okay.
You're a cool blogger.
There are lots of that. I'm just kidding.
You caused a rift.
You know, you helped me get through tough times with that kid, so I owe you. That's how close me and Kitty are now.
Yeah, so that's why she gave me benefit tents for 2. My friendship can be bought.
Her friendship can be bought with the calling card. Yes. With the calling card and
if you have no friends, my friendship is for sale.
But
Kitty now. Oh, there's a question. I'm sorry, Isa.
Okay, so
from my best friend.
From your best friend.
Mr. Kisumbing, Neil Kisumbing.
Neil Kisumbing wants to know, what is your top goal for this year, kids?
To have a boyfriend.
Oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna ask you about that. It is on my list, girl. I got you. I'm not gonna tell you, but
Dominic D. Magbalio asked, you posted that diba, Kitty?
Which one? The picture or the video?
No. About the
Okay.
We are friends now, Papa Doms. Yes, we talked.
I mean, like, honestly, in this industry, if you're a vlogger, there is some drama involved. But
always have drama.
But the thing that I like about Kitty so much is that you know how to handle your bashers.
I hope I handled it well, Papa Doms.
So, kids, as much as you are good at handling your bashers, how good do you think you are at handling your calls, your customers when you're still working in the BPO industry?
I have our cameraman, who I also worked with for a long time. I would say that I am not a mediocre agent.
How many years did you take calls?
I'm very bad at handling my average handling time because I talk a lot, but I have one of the highest customer CSAT, customer satisfaction survey.
Wow. So for all you customer service representatives out there, is that what you call it?
We call them immortals.
For all you immortals out there, you have to learn from Kitty because I've seen almost all your videos, kids, and I know that there's like some humor injected in it, but I want to know in real life, how do you think you are as a like customer representative?
I have the utmost respect for people who are still working in this industry. I mean, it is not a joke.
I know. That's what I say all the time.
It is not a joke to remain calm, to remain patient, to remain amiable.
Yeah, because
for people who are already cursing at you.
I know. You know, the thing that I dislike so much is when sometimes they'll ask me, do you work at a call center because you have an accent? And I'll always
no, she only has an accent because she's really maarte.
Yeah, I'm really arting, guys.
Are you from St. Teresa's?
Yeah, it's.
Are you from St. Teresa's?
Yeah.
You're Teresian. I'm also Teresian.
No, in my defense, I grew up in the States. That's why.
And she has a Mexican nanny. She has a Mexican nanny.
All my neighbors I don't know but all my neighbors I grew up in Burbank, California, so all my neighbors were Mexicans or Latinos. So I don't know why I said I had a Mexican.
I have no idea. We were just asking her when we were in a room, starving, hungry.
It was the
we decided to like really just talk about our past, and then out of the blue she said, "No, I grew up in California with my Mexican nanny."
No, I had babysitters who were Mexican because all my neighbors were
she could have just said she had a babysitter.
I know, right?
I have no idea what's the reason
why
she had
so hungry.
She was like, I grew up with a Mexican nanny. So.
Can I apologize to everyone for ever saying that? Oh my God.
What's your goal now? Sabi ni Mr. Kisum being for this year?
To have a boyfriend. To make Kitty my best friend. I will smother you with calling cards until you say
Let's do that.
But so anyways, like so I actually get asked a lot if I work at a call center, and I'm always like, no, I don't work at a call center. But sometimes I run into people and they're like, no, hello, oy, dili kita. Like they have like a really bad, no, like I'm just being honest. Like some people kind of have that bad motion towards call centers, the call center agents.
But I don't blame them.
I don't know why, but I always tell them like, being in a call center isn't an easy job because you have to deal with your own shit already plus someone else's problems. Like, you go into work and then you have to leave your problems and then you have to solve someone else's problems. So I have I have high respects for call center agents, and I think like what they do, and especially like with the videos that you make, I would believe that a lot of them happened. So let's have a little role playing right now. Let's say you were working, you were still taking calls, because we all know, if you guys don't know, Kitty does no longer take calls. But let's say, amo niya akong telephone. This is your phone. So I call you up. Ring, ring.
Thank you for calling. My name is Princess. How may I help you today?
Yo, so there's something wrong. I don't understand. Like, I tried everything.
Have you tried to turn it on and off with this?
What am I supposed to do? I paid for the services and I'm not getting it. What the hell is wrong?
I understand your frustration right now, ma'am, but I'm here to help. Can I have your password, please?
Are you from the States? I need to talk with a U.S. resident now.
I have to stop you there because you know what? During the earlier years of the call center industry, we were not allowed to say that we are from the Philippines.
I know, that's why I brought it up.
Right.
Because that's
but
what I
now,
heard.
pwede na daw. Pwede na.
So I'll be like, so where are you from?
We are located in our in a something from, like in our case it was
Offshore,
in Lexington offshore or something.
No, I don't want to talk to someone offshore. I need to talk with someone who is residing in the
But I'm
United
here to
States
help.
of America.
But I'm here to help.
No, I don't care. I'm like,
here
give
to
me.
help. I
Let
want
me
to
talk
help
to
you.
your manager.
Just touch your screen. Put your hands in your screen.
But have you had?
I am the manager.
Have you had?
I am the manager. I am the supervisor. I'm your mother.
Have you had someone that irate though?
Oh yes, I cried a lot of times.
Oh my goodness, really?
How do we address them, because we don't have them in the racist term for black people. Can I say black?
Yeah, African American.
The African American people, usually the Shaniquas, the Shantis, and
They're the most irate.
They're the most irate.
I see.
Like, I will fuck you up. I will go there and fuck you up.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much. I need that in my life.
So you've actually had someone say that?
Like I cried twice in
wow.
a call. First, because you cannot help, and then you really feel the pain of your customers, because there are some that really like begs that you just extend their service, because if they can't, they cannot answer their call for job interviews, and this is
So I get the tension where it's coming from,
right.
but then sometimes they're just so mean. So let's say how to, like, okay, that was like a funny way to go on to talk to like an irate customer. What do you do when you talk to a really, I'm sorry for the term, but there's no other term, a dumb customer?
Oh God!
Like, hi.
You know what? I would
problem.
always prefer irate customers over dumb customers, because irate you can just really I'm sorry, but that was the third time that you've already fucked me. I have to release this call. You release the
But
call.
if it's someone who's really nice but just freaking slow,
Oh my
like,
God, that's very frustrating.
I'm having a problem. I've been doing this for I
But
think
it's-
5 times.
Right, but it's also, there's a way. In our program, there's a way in how you like end the call right away, because I am a customer representative for a phone company service before. And then if this call is taking a long time because your plan did not work the way that it should be, because a stupid agent also did something with your plan, we always ask them, so are you in the phone right now with a mobile phone that needs servicing? Then they would say yes.
Okay.
Please do not do this. I have already paid for my sins. I believe that karma would always be there. So please don't do this. Once we know that they are on the phone that needs servicing, we always ask them, okay, if you can just reset your phone, that would be by turning it off and then removing the battery.
You can just throw away your phone and never have to call me again?
No, of course that will cut off the conversation right there and then, because as stupid as they are, they forget that you are on the phone that you are using to call us for help.
Oh
So they
my
would-
god!
We have a lot of customers saying, I'm not stupid there.
My goodness.
Okay, then they would also turn it off and then remove the battery, and the customer cut off.
Oh my
And then
god!
you just wouldn't even know. The customer would probably call back, please assist.
Oh.
But don't do that.
Those are just
Don't
some
do that.
confidential tips and tricks.
Yes.
So that was really,
Yeah.
that was pretty interesting. I've honestly never worked in the call center industry.
Ninja moves, yes.
I don't know if I could ever do it because it's just so stressful. So I understand that working in the call center agency or industry is actually really hard. So what do you do? Like, how do you relax? How do you unwind?
We buy stuff.
What do you
We
buy?
eat.
Where do you eat? What do you like to do for fun?
Depende. If your call center company is rich, then you eat in, pricey places.
How do you release? Are you like a top or are you...
I buy men.
Waka kasagang, no? watching movies, Kadi?
I do love watching movies a lot.
What kind of movies are you into?
Anything with special effects, special action, sci-fi.
So I'm actually asking you because earlier this week I actually went to the press con of a movie named
Your
Lily.
crush, Louis Pacheco, has just joined.
Oh! I know you. I like you, but Kitty has a crush on you. And someone else has a crush on you.
I do. I have a crush on
But I
Louis
know someone
Pacheco.
else. I'm taken, so I'm not allowed to have a crush
I'm not
on you.
taken.
I can only have a crush
I
on
am
Gerald
not
Anderson. But so anyways, I asked you about a movie because you said that you like special effects.
Yes, I do.
This week I actually went to an event for a movie named or called Lily. Kaila ka ni Lily?
What's Lily? We had a short film festival.
About Lily.
What's this Lily?
Did you grow up in Cebu?
I did.
Kadungog ka ni Waway. Kadungog mo ni Waway.
Waway, I know.
Waway.
Di ba buwang na siya?
Yeah, so Lily is like a way older version of Waway. Unsay stories im nadunggan about ni Waway?
This is getting scary.
No,
I
it's
like
not
scary
scary.
stories.
It's not scary, I promise. But what do you remember about Lily? I mean Waway.
Waway, di ba buwang na siya?
And then?
I think mangawat na siya bata. Di ba?
Yeah.
Mano siya ka nang dili mo dapat ibilin mong chinela sa gawas.
Yeah.
Oh, see?
So I'm confused now. Kinsa si Lily and kinsa si Waway. Because the story of Lily is actually very similar to Waway. An interesting story, an interesting background. So Lily was produced and directed by a Cebuano. His name is Keith. I forgot his last name. He actually won Cinema One nga video movie contest. And I think they won 3 million, and they had Shaina Magdayaw on it.
Oh, okay.
So she's acting.
As Lily.
No.
As
Yeah. No, she's Lily. She's actually Lily. So they filmed it here, and they're releasing it earlier, later this month, I think. But I was watching it, and I'm like, I wonder if you remember who Lily was.
No, I don't.
Si Waway,
I know
ako
Waway.
remember. Okay, ang ako na ibawaan is
Let's ask our nude cameraman who will remain unnamed and misfigured.
Unnamed and unclothed.
Unseen.
And unclothed.
Do you know who Lily and Waway is?
Yeah.
Lily, who's Lily?
I think she's the aswang.
Aswang daw na siya, girl. She turns into a cat. Daw. So I heard that.
Let's ask our viewers then if you know who Lily is or who Waway is.
I know. Let us know in
Please
the comments
comment
because
below.
I don't remember who Lily is, but I'm super excited to watch this movie. Hopefully, I'll have the details for it soon, and then we can go watch it because Murashag, it's an urban legend about Cebu, and then they brought it to Manila.
Yeah, that's
That's
cool.
really good, and it's I don't know if this is the first time that a Cebuano filmmaker actually won something, and it's a Cebuano and a Mindanao Union.
Let me sip on my
cast.
fake coffee.
On your fake coffee. But yeah, so that's something that's really interesting, and hopefully when you decide to make movies again or videos again, you can go do Lily or make your own Waway version.
Why not?
But kids, you kind of took a break from making videos.
I
right?
do. I'm still on a break.
Do you wanna is it too serious to ask? But why? I know why, but
Well, the company that I am associated with actually asked me to stop making the videos because as
Nakoy tissue. Nakoy trapungan go.
No, because for a time when for the followers that I have always ask me where I shoot my videos, and then I cannot mention the name of the company because
You're not allowed to bring.
you're not allowed.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do that. In all fairness to my managers, to my supervisors, everybody was very supportive of me until now. I just want to leave it at that.
Okay.
The managers and the supervisors I have way back then, and then with the new people that I'm working with now, are still very supportive of me. It's just that.
Do your videos still get shared until now? Are you
Yes. It's hurting me, manggod, and I really don't want to share or talk about it. It's because kanang a lot of people are asking, kano sa ako mabalik? When will I create videos again? And I love doing it. I love making people laugh, and it's just that
I think that's like, because I remember you telling me that you don't consider yourself as a funny person.
Right.
Like if I don't know you, or if it's the first time you met, you're actually kind of maldita.
Yes.
That's what I remember you
Yes.
telling me that. I'm like, you know what? Based on the videos that I've seen, I kind of get the, when you're in the mood to make someone laugh, you can, because we laugh a lot when I'm with you. So that's interesting. But I don't know. I actually kind of do miss your videos, so I wanted to know also, like, what do you have planned in the future? Like, are you planning to come back? What kind of videos are you planning to do?
I'm still here, and I'm going to stage a comeback. So please just wait.
Bonggang-bongga siya, te. Kanang nag-get siya full production. Pina John Silver nga production.
Oh my god! Are you still friends?
I talked
Is
to
he
him.
going to watch?
I don't know.
Hi, John.
Hi, we worked with John. He's also like someone in the industry, but he has like the dopest equipment. So if you ever need, you want him,
there was a major miscommunication between what we wanted to do and with John's.
because he can deliver like way up there,
Right.
and
we were just
like,
expecting a DSLR.
yeah. So backstory:
Yeah.
me
brought-
and Kitty,
he brought
like a black box. Me and Kitty
wanted a black box or a magic box or
yeah,
something?
like that.
It's like an equipment for
like
a
films,
movie, for
yeah.
a film.
So a little backstory for you guys, since you might not be able to catch up on this conversation. Me and Kitty and another friend actually wanted to make our own reaction channel.
Reaction video, yeah.
And
Right,
so,
right.
in order to come up with
Hi,
that,
Alam. Shout out to
Hi,
Alam.
Alam. So a little backtrack. We wanted to come out like full production with like a teaser and whatnot, and I asked a friend to help us, and he's been in the industry for a long time. And that was the first time I saw Kitty again.
This is a very good time to address it because he might have felt bad when we stopped. Hi, John.
Oh yeah, hi. I tried to. We still keep in touch every now and then, but he knows because eventually we kind of realized that we have to focus on our own channels rather than work together. But that was a really fun experience for us because we went to Ayala Business
Jomi, hi.
Park.
I'm sorry, Jomi,
Hi,
hi.
Jomi. Aww.
Jomi.
Like,
Yes.
what? So we had like the full production. We didn't have any permits, so needless to say, we were kicked out. So that's why you guys never saw that video. But I think that experience made us
Stronger, wiser, and then
better.
it was really just a miscommunication between what we wanted and then what John Silver wanted to deliver, because it was honestly I felt very
I honestly felt very humbled by it because I'm
right, exactly, because when he thought he interpreted what we wanted to do in such in a level for him to prepare those kind of equipment.
Because what we were expecting was this much,
right,
and then he gave us like
beyond,
this much.
Beyond.
So I was like, I saw him like humbled. I'm like, man,
right.
he
If
wouldn't
we only
he wouldn't
knew.
take out his good stuff if it was like if
Right.
it wasn't
So
for
thank you
anyone.
for John
So yeah,
Silver.
it's just that we never had the opportunity to work with him, but that was a really good experience actually. So you do plan to make videos in the future?
I will with you guys.
Of course. So kids, what do you think makes a viral video?
You don't know what would make a viral video. You would know what will get followers. You would, be funny, do something scandalous, do something new.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed to have followers. You're guaranteed to have viewers. But a viral video, it just happens.
It just happens.
It just happens.
Do you think your life changed ever since you started going viral?
No, not yet. Not yet. Anyway,
Not yet.
I'm still me.
You still walk around Ayala and you're like, hi, and then you
No, I
still
don't
hear
even do that.
you still hear people go, si Kidi ba na siya?"
Yeah, I'm still me. I mean, definitely, I'm still me. Like, it did not change me at all.
Do you think that that's why guys
But, oh my god, going viral has, like, opened opportunities for me that I did not expect could happen,
Yeah, yeah, that's true. You get to work with brands, you get to meet so many people.
Right.
Do you think
Hello, Yasha!
Hi Yasha, hi Tita Tony, hi Jomi. Kids, do you think that because you're viral, that's why
I'm a
guys
virus.
are like that because of your fame, because of your reach, that like guys are more intimidated to come up to you now?
I don't think so. They really just don't like me.
Tama din
Guys, pwede. If it's true that you're intimidated by me, ayaw na, please. Please don't be intimidated. Just come and approach me.
But I'm
Please.
CM. Just a
Very friendly.
So you don't have a boyfriend.
Money involved.
Pwede ako, kids. I need money.
No. That's one thing that I also wanted to correct people, because I'm if you follow my personal Facebook page, you would see that kind of flirty ka ko with my posts.
Yeah.
It's like borderline pornographic sometimes. But I really am single, very much available. So please go ahead. Please don't be if there's somebody out there who, as she said, feels intimidated by me, please don't utang buot.
Kids, what's your ideal man? So that everyone out there knows. What are you looking for in a partner?
Definitely somebody taller than me, balbon. I don't care about age as long as you're not younger than me by 10 years.
But they're older.
I love older men.
You love na? Based on experience, na? You said I love older men, na? Ay, yeah!
Yeah, but one thing that I've learned, maturity does not come with age.
That is true.
You can date like a 70-year-old guy and you can still act like a baby.
That's true. So you've never dated anyone over 70?
I have not yet.
You have yet to.
Yeah, I have yet to.
So that's it. You just want someone taller than you?
Taller than me.
Has a mustache, has a beard.
Could
Balbon
be.
ba na siya?
Balbon. Has a steady source of income. Utang na buon. My God. Somebody who has a club maybe and last name is Gusumbin.
Neil? He actually does UFC.
You love daddy pala, Kuya Kidi. Kuya Kidi from Paolo Mangito. Wala akong kapatid na anime. Yes, Paolo Mangito, if you know somebody who's willing to date me and is like a daddy figure who has a steady source of income, please pakilala niyo naman sila sa akin.
So let's just say that your dream man is watching tonight.
Yes.
What is your ideal date? How would you want to be swooned? How do you make Kidi Rodaje fall in love with you?
If you're very intelligent, but not arrogantly intelligent.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people say na, they prefer somebody who's street smart,
yeah.
Kaysa sa intelligent.
Kaysa book smart.
Kaysa sa book smart, but I really prefer book smart people. Like they can. Yeah, sorry, I do. Our cameraman is doing that face.
Yeah.
But yes, I prefer somebody who can teach me things, like explain things to me.
Why don't you just go on Google then?
I am dating Google.
You can date Siri. She'll answer all. You could actually turn Siri into a male voice.
Maybe that's why I'm single, because I love Google.
No one's smart enough for you, kids. I'm just kidding. There's definitely someone out there. But what did you do on Valentine's Day though? Did you play with a what did you What did you use a katoy mong dako nga sayote? Was it a
It was a pipino.
A pipino, or was it like a banana?
It was a pipino.
So what do you like? Did you like it like that?
Why not?
If you don't know what we're talking about, you have to follow Kidi on Instagram, because he posts the wildest things on there. So this post that I'm referring to, he's holding like a big ass cucumber.
Somebody asked, Pinoy ba daw or a fam?
Pinoy ba daw or a
I prefer a fam.
A fam or a far?
A fam. Mas mabuti na yung madali nang mamatay.
We don't know, kids. Maybe someone's watching, and then
please.
He'll be like, "I'm dying tomorrow. I'll put your name in my will." So, but you're a top or a bottom? Yet to find
Sige na nga, since you asked, and I said I'll answer all of your questions. And my friend
It's okay. We have no rules on this show.
And it's good that this gets recorded just so that I don't have to answer this all over again.
Do you have people actually ask you this
Yes.
question? Actually, I'm just asking for
Yes.
fun. I didn't know if people ask or not. I'm just like, it's just something fun.
People immediately assume that because you're girly, because I have like a long hair, that I would be the bottom. You know,
Okay.
that I prefer the bottom position when when doing that deed. But you know.
We're
And
gonna
I'm
do
not
the good-
saying like if you're a bottom and you enjoy it, then go ahead, have some, diba? Enjoy it. But I really do. I did try. I was a late bloomer. The first time I did, when oh my gosh, hindi ko kinakaya.
So let's just put all the pieces together
Hindi ko kinakaya to. Hindi ko kinakaya to, Lord. When I was 21, yes. When I was 21, I'm really a late bloomer. The set of friends that I have now, we're still the friends that I had way back then. We 14 years? I know, sorry, 11 years. We've been
11.
together for 11 years. They've been telling me, sige na te, can I do it now?
Yeah.
Go ahead and pop your cherry already. So I did. I followed their
Advice.
due to peer pressure. I decided to have my bahay tae popped.
Do you want a drink? Do you want something?
It was not good. It was not fun. It was messy.
I don't want to get into.
Do you like messy?
But kids, I know. Okay, so I
That's
know
why I prefer to top.
you prefer top.
Yes.
Okay, interesting story.
Yes.
Because I have a friend, I'm not gonna say who, and she was like a virgin for a very long time, and people were telling her, no, you gotta go try it, just get it over with. Do you they told her to do it with someone who she didn't really know or have feelings for, because wala daw attachments or something like that. It's already past 12, so we're allowed to talk about all this crap.
Right.
But so she actually
Now it has become interesting though. The people that's watching us right now has become interesting. Ano ba yan? Ito lang palang gusto nyong
So,
malaman. O, sige
every
na.
talk will be about
sige
sex, and my
na.
mom will disown me. But so my friend was told, nga, do it with someone you don't know.
How old were you when you
I
had
think
your...
she was like 20. Oh, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was probably like 17, 18.
How old were you, Jobs? Our naked cameraman. How old were you? How old were you?
We get this. 1, 3,
He was like 7 years old. He was 7 years old.
7 years old.
He was molested as a child. That's why he turned gay.
Why molestation is not a joke. We're not
Yes,
making light
that's
of it.
not it. I'm sorry. A disclaimer, please. It is never a joke. Rape has never been a joke.
No, it's
Molestation
not
has
a
never
joke. We
been
just
a
want
joke.
to let that. We just want to say
Right.
it out there. But
Because we're friends, that's why we can share these kind of jokes. But
that's
no.
like an inside joke. But
Yes.
don't take it the wrong way.
Yes.
But
Don't go ahead and tell people that, hey, I'm gonna rape you as a joke. So that's
it's
not
not
that.
funny.
Okay.
But
moving on.
Yeah. But anyway, so my friend was told, nah, you might as well do it with someone that you don't know,
Right.
or there's no attachment.
Right.
But so she did it. I don't know how she felt about it, but how would you suggest someone to have their first time with someone they know and they love, or with someone that they don't know, para there's no attachment?
Kung may babalik ko lang ang panahon, I'd rather had somebody fuck me na, oh God.
It's okay. You're allowed to use those words. No, go ahead. Don't worry about it.
Paano ba to?
You would rather have
I would rather have somebody who knows what he's doing. Because love does not translate into your pukelia or your patelia, giving you the sensations, the greatest feeling in the whole wide world. Bonus na lang yun. Pero just ko, if you really just want to get rid of your virginity, please go ahead and look for somebody who knows what he's doing to prepare you and to give you the best experience of your life.
That is true.
Yes.
Amen to that.
Diba? My goodness. Thank you so much, Mr. Neil Kisunding, for thinking that I'm your best guest ever for your second episode. Clark Magilla has just joined.
Hi.
Clark.
Actually, we never asked anyone to heart this. What do you
Pusuan
always say?
nyo naman kami!
Pusuan nyo naman.
If you have been with us for the past hour, just go
Yeah.
ahead and pusuan nyo naman kami, people.
Actually, we said we would only have this until 12 o'clock, but
Right.
it's a little bit past that, just
Right.
because that things are getting a
Right,
little
right,
bit
right.
more intense. But
Right.
I mean, that's a good topic. I don't think that a lot of people consider that. Jomi,
Thank you
listen,
so much for
ah.
the hearts. Thank you so much for the hearts.
Jomi, listen to this advice. Alam, listen to this advice. This is for you.
Right.
But
Seriously though, if you are old enough and you've decided that you want to try it for the first time, and then maybe because your Mr. Right will not come ever, bakit? Paano pag hindi nga pala siya dumating, edi virgin ka forever? But if you really decided that you really want to pop that goddamn virgin ass or bukelya of yours, please look for somebody who's like, trained to do that. Trained to do that.
Trained.
Who knows how to
trained.
how to give you the pleasure that you deserve.
I mean, if it's gonna be your first time, and if you don't plan for it to happen again, you might as well have a good time doing it.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
That is true.
Safe sex, of
but
course.
it has to be safe.
Have somebody like give you the best time of your life. That's your first time.
That's true.
My God.
I mean, it kind of comes in hand because, like, I don't know if this is, like, a very great topic, if it's, like, not something that we're supposed to talk about, but I know that in the call center industry, they have that, like, stigma nga, that they're...
Everybody's a fuck girl or fuck boy
yeah,
there.
like that.
Very easy people.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know. Naked cameraman, is that true? Some. Not all.
But did you ever get offered in the call center?
No.
No.
I don't know. People don't like me in person.
Maybe kay maldita ka in person.
Am I?
I don't know.
Am I maldita in person?
Baka I think that you have. I think you have that thing.
I think he answered. Am I maldita in person, naked cameraman?
Very!
I think it's when you have your shades on, you're just like, don't fuck with me right now. But you've never had someone like, hi.
No,
how does it go?
I've never had an explicit physical relationship with somebody that I worked with.
But so that means you've never, obviously it means you've never asked someone, but were you ever tempted?
I did. I'm always tempted. I'm tempted now. Hello, Igor. That's a joke.
So you, but
No,
you never,
not really. But
not really. It's off camera.
Joe Rogan is watching. Who's Joe Rogan?
He's a very popular podcaster, and he's known in like the industry of
Hello,
UFC.
Joe Rogan.
Hi.
Hello, Joe Rogan. I'm just new in the podcasting industry. I'm
This
very
is my
sorry.
second episode, so don't judge too much.
Yes, please don't judge.
But so that's kind of interesting because I do hear like some people that's like once they get into that industry they start becoming a little bit more sexually active.
You know what? I have this feeling why they hook up very easily. It's because, and if this is just my personal opinion, I'm not saying that it's true. It's because it's a pretty miserable job. It is. You have, it's a pretty miserable job, and the only people who knows your pain when you're in that industry are the people that you work with. And once you have that connection, it's a lot easier, especially sa mga people na mabigat la, igat, and pok-pok lang dyan in general. Diba? Promiscuous people. To do that more. It's because, but this is not true for everyone, I'm just saying that if you find a common ground, it will be a lot easier for you to become more promiscuous when you are in that situation. It can be applicable to any kind of job.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's true. Yeah,
It's just that I'm not sure nga bakit ganun ang I'm not sure why the call center industry has that stigma.
I don't know. I think actually I've never been in that industry before, so I don't really know. But I really can't say. That's why I was hoping that you would give us some.
So if you are in the call center industry and if you have thoughts about it, please don't hesitate to
defend yourself.
Come and tell us why is that so.
But so how, like, I mean,
yes, naked cameraman, why do you think so? Why are the people in the call center industry more promiscuous?
I don't know, because maybe most of the people were exposed to Western culture.
Is that?
I mean, I wouldn't know,
I'm not
honestly.
sure, because if you compare people working from call centers and other, like,
and he is really nude. Just in case you're asking, he is.
I know. I'm trying to look at his eyes, but I'm like looking down there.
He is nude.
I have to clean our couch after. I'm just kidding.
Really, maybe they're more open to. Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I mean, like, in my head, I'm just like, how would this go? Do I message someone and say, hey, wanna hook up? Wanna get dirty tonight? Can I take off your clothes, kidi radahe?
Kalot ni mo.
Smear ketchup on you. Ketchup, good one.
What be asking is.
Sino? Oh my god.
We need to get someone on this podcast who knows about
a male,
that
no?
stuff.
Like, you know, let's do a part 3 of it.
Probably someone who knows what it's like.
But let's just
let's just put a filter.
Right, like a filter over his face.
The panda filter.
Right.
But yeah,
but that's for me, That's because, you know, ganun lang.
So you don't roll like that. I guess it's safe to say you don't roll like that.
I really don't.
So whoever wants to take Kitty out on a date, whoever wants to be his next or his future
because
love.
Word will always go around there. It has happened. It has been proven that you know,
the world is a very small place.
It will always come around. You fuck with somebody else in the office, people will know. We should know. It already happened.
Yeah. I would believe. I mean, that happened to me while I was working in an office too.
Oh, you fucked with everybody in the office?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You did?
This is a free cave. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, like, we have workmates.
Diba, kahit anong tago mo pa sa relationship ninyo.
Yeah. I mean, people are gonna find out.
People will always find out.
I mean,
in the nastiest way possible.
Yeah, that's true. Because, like, when that happened to us, everyone was talking shit about that person. And, you know, I mean, you kind of feel bad for them. But at the same time, it's like, you know what you were getting yourself into.
Right.
So why do it anyways?
Right.
But, yeah, so I think we said that this talk show or this podcast was only going to be until 12. And I know that you have a podcast no, not a podcast. You have your own FB Live that Kitty is going to do. So it's past 12. I think we should kind of cut this short. But I want to say thank you so much, Kitty. I had so much fun talking to you. I wasn't expecting it.
Wala po ko nag-expect.
Well, actually, I wasn't expecting it. But I'm happy it happened anyways. I have a lot of explaining to do later. But if you guys just came, if you guys have been watching for the longest time and you kind of haven't caught up with what was happening, this is Kitty Rodaje of Just Kidding. He does a lot of really call center based videos, and he's actually known as the unofficial BPO idol. So if you haven't seen his videos yet, you can check my personal Facebook page and you can follow him on his Instagram or on his Facebook and everywhere. And I am just so thankful to have you on, Kid.
Isa, thank you so much. It's always been a pleasure to be guesting on your show.
With the, oh my God, English today.
Yeah, that was, so, yung shock. Gano'n siya mag-in-English daw. May ginoo ko, Lord. But, Isa, thank you so much for having me. I love it. And more power to your podcast, especially now that it's powered by Neil Kisinding. Powered by Thank you so much.
But anyways, guys, I really hope that you like my second episode of Isa Talks. I am Isa Please. This is Kitty Rodaje. Please go and follow him on all his social media accounts. That's JUZKDING. It's
both
right
for
over
Instagram
there.
And Facebook fan pages.
And for your YouTube also.
Yes, for my YouTube, of course.
Don't forget YouTube, girl. And also, don't forget to follow me if you haven't already. My name is Isa Perez, but everywhere else, I am Isa Please. So I hope that you guys really like this. If you want the clearer audio version of this, at least, I am going to be posting that later on tonight on my SoundCloud, which will also be on Facebook, which will also be on my blog. So thank you guys so much for watching Isa Talks, and we will see you on Kitty's.
We will be continuing this on my Facebook Live. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Isa. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much to the people who joined us on our Plus.
Yes.
Wala kayong magawa sa buhay niyo?
Yes. And thank you so much to our naked cameraman.
For our naked cameraman, thank you so much. Bye. I love you all.
Bye,
See you in my
love
Facebook
you.
Live.
Go to his page. See ya.